Hello. My name is Nidhi Mel and I'm in Geelong, Australia, and I've been doing the Twists and Turns MKAL by Stephen West. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I've done clue 1, 2, 3 and 4. But I finished and I was so excited, and I just had to come on and tell you because, well, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for my next video where I'm going to do a more traditional what I'm knitting, what I'm working on, what I've finished, because I was just so excited and I wanted to tell somebody. So I am telling you. And I thought I'd go over some things that I have missed in past videos. One, I always forget to say what I'm wearing. I am wearing, as a decoy to get you ready for a spoiler alert, I'm wearing my Dottie Jane again. This is by Knit Graffiti and it's knit with Circus Tonic handmade yarn. Absolutely beautiful. It's a Jubilee sock. Really pretty. And I have been knitting my Twists and Turns with Louie and Lola yarns. They're in Tasmania. I've got their thing here. Louie and Lola, 75 merino, 25 nylon. And I have leftovers. So I thought I can show you the colors. This is their charcoal. It's pretty true to type actually on there. And Goldfinch, which I'm still got plenty left. Wonder what I'll make with them. Don't know. And this is their Solstice. This one is harder to get the flex because of the light that's coming in from my window, but it's beautiful and it's got beautiful subtle pieces of Goldfinch and different bits and pieces in it. I've loved knitting with the yarn. It soaked really beautifully, it blocked out really nicely, and it lays really nicely on. So let's have a look at it. I'll get my decoy shawl off. There we go. Oh my gosh. It's so big. I don't know how I'm going to show it. I found it so hard to photograph it once it was complete. So spoilers, if you're about to knit it and you don't want spoilers, maybe watch my next video. But if you're looking ahead and you're really clever and watching the entire thing unfold, and then you're going to choose colors that you think suits the shawl, here's the finished shawl. I've done it exactly as Stephen West has designed it. I didn't do any modifications because it's my first MKAL and I was super excited and I just wanted to do it how it was designed. So here we go. I am going to have to cover my face, I think. Yeah. So this is clue 1. These wings are clue 2. Clue 2. These short row sections are clue 2. And clue 3 were these sections here, along with the I-cord embroidery in clue 2. Clue 4 was these long wedges, triangles. Terrible with words. It's beautiful. And the rest of clue 4 is at the bottom, which I kept saying, we've got to go down here. We have to resolve these little loops. And we did. Wow. As I was knitting this section, it wasn't super tidy and I'm going, ooh, that's not good. But no, it blocked out so beautifully. I think it's just because of this section was sort of more of a swoop rather than an angle in behind these loops. And so therefore this was a little bit wavy, but as soon as I blocked it out, it was gone. So I'll try and put it on. I've put it on like 15 times and I'm still not sure exactly how I'm gonna wear it. But it's beautiful. I mean, however you chuck it on, I think it's really pretty. I'll try to sit up a little bit for you. It's finished! Oh, was so exciting. So I started on the 6th of October and finished on the 1st November yesterday, which I totally understand the embrace your pace, because honestly, if I didn't have as much knitting time this month, there's no way I would have gotten it done. Like when you think about the amount of knitting in fingering weight yarn, there's just no way if you've got too much on during the day, or 3 kids running around, or you just don't have that knitting time in your hands. I definitely feel like I need a next project to help me wind down, because I was so keen to get it done in the time frame. First MKAL, I was just in for the joy of... Sorry, I'm not sure what happened then. My phone just stopped recording, so I'm glad I noticed, otherwise I would have waffled on. Yes, I was saying I've done it in the month because I was just enjoying the joy of being a part of it for the first time, and I had the knitting time. Anywho, I thought I might just go over a couple of things that I've learnt from it. Definitely this Jacob's ladder is what I understand it's called. I have never seen this technique before. Clue 1 was a bit of a drag. It really did drag on because you're doing the cast on and bind off every little section. So if you haven't done it yet, once you start clue 1, it's a little bit rough. I found I got to about here and I could memorize what I was doing, and that definitely helped get through it. And honestly, once you're through it, the rest of it, it feels just so soothing and relaxing, because this was really arduous to get through. However, the result is so worth it, and it's so fun to have, that it's definitely not something that that should deter you from it if you haven't knit it yet. So I learnt that obviously in there. I also, this was my first I-cord bind on? No, cast on. My first I-cord cast on, and there are I-cords all the way through the shawl, which was perfect because I love the look of an I-cord, but I just by coincidence haven't done a pattern with an I-cord yet. So that was really nice to do I-cords all the way through. I've done lots of twisted stitches before. These short rows though, they were incredible. I think they can come out really nicely. So whenever I'm working garter stitch, I'm definitely going to use these short rows. I also loved how just some of the little finishing touches. So when you're on your first row of the grey, so you've got all your twisted stitches, and then you go on to your next grey wedge here, which is the short row wedge, I think he calls it. For the first row, he actually has you twist every second stitch in the grey, so that this edge is so clean. In one of the wedges, I didn't do it by accident, and you can tell a difference. It's definitely worthwhile doing those little twisted stitches in the grey just to make that edge so clean. What else did I learn? Definitely picking up stitches. So I don't mind picking up stitches now that I understand them. However, picking up these along this I-cord and getting them to look how I wanted them to look was definitely a learning curve. So that was in clue 4. You do a little bit of it, or you do a lot of picking up all the way around. However, sections like, let me take this guy off. Sections like this one here, they were so neat because you're picking up off the back of an I-cord edge. It just made such a nice finishing touch. And even though it's modular, it looks so tidy. I really enjoyed that part of it. I've learnt a lot about edging and finishing doing this shawl, which I really do like a nicely finished piece of knitting. Now, what else did I learn? Let me think. These guys. So I really enjoy twisted stitches. I think they look really tidy. So to do this section, you need to do little 1x1 cables, and I did learn to do them without the cable needle. Is actually much quicker. With this section, something I forgot to say is that I actually just took my cable off and used my tips. I didn't have any 3.5 millimeter double pointed needles, but boy, without the cable, it really does go quicker. So if you do this section, learn from my mistake and not get halfway through a strip and go, oh, what am I doing with this cable? I just took the cable off, and you just go back and forth. When you put it back in your bag, just be careful, otherwise you might be, pull a needle out as you pull it back out of your bag. I did do it once, but I recovered. But that was really nice to learn how to do cables without a cable needle. However, and in the next episode, I've lent mine to a friend, but I will show you a new spiral cable needle that a beautiful Australian artist has made for me, and I use them to do these cables. So I'll show you that in the next episode. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think so. Clue 1 was the slowest. Clue 2 was a lot of knitting, but really fun. Clue 3 was perplexing. Like, what is going on? Didn't know what those strips were going to be. I swear, Clue 5 is going to be learning how to wear it. But I will learn how to wear it. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and show you the finished shawl so that we can finish up this series. And I'll be back soon to do a more traditional podcast. Thank you so much for watching and watching along, or watching this in 3 weeks' time when you're ready to do the MKAL. And please comment below. Tell me where you're up to. Tell me if you're not doing the shawl and you're just watching the chaos unfold as everybody tries to scramble and get through clues. And thank you so much for everybody who put your Instagram and Ravelry down below on the last video. I've been excitedly following everyone and trying to catch up with what everybody's knitting. I've saved some patterns from everything you've been knitting so that I can knit it, because some of the projects look so much fun. So yes, until next time, thanks, bye.